Hello and welcome. Right, it's really weird. I'm trying to get my head around this. Obviously this is the end of the session, but I'm like treating it as the beginning because this is going to go at the beginning of the session. So what did we achieve in this session? Well, we did stick down our little grain mill there, and we also stuck down the big bakery, although it's not big in doing things. We cultivated that field, we cultivated that field, we limed that field, we'll have a look in a minute. We also, let me show you on the map, it's easier. We harvested the last of our fields, field 9, which is no longer our field. After I did it, I said what I would do it. I said we were going to get rid of it, and this is now, we've replaced that with this field. We are going to do another one there as well. So we'll have 4 fields really close by, and that on this map is difficult to do anything more unless you were to buy, that's fair, you could make that into a field, or 58 wouldn't be a bad one because it's a very, very square. But again, it's all about the lay of the land. It's a very hilly map. So this is the hilly field, it falls away badly there. This is the hilly field, it falls away all the way around the back. This is really severely downhill. So yeah, so basically we finished off, we cultivated, limed that field. Let me just show you. I always think a picture is worth, so you can see that I bought from a bit of the edge, that's limed. There should be no fertilizing. We need to run over with the fertilizer. I think we'll do that over the winter. So it's ready for action for the obviously the other thing is we're trying to observe crop rotation, which means we've got a bakery. It's all cereals. We might need to be a little bit naughty this first year, because you would have to, even if your yield would be less. But I'm not going to keep doing it because that's not right. So yeah, we'll this year we're going to replant. Oats are really good, although sorghum is, I've changed it a little bit. The oats are like it used to be a little bit in FS22. I've shown them a bit of love after Giants hated them in FS25. But I think that's it. I think we no, it's not. No, we put Rajot G plays beautiful tarpaulins in, and we moved our bales off that field. We've still got 3 or 4 bales to put off what used to be our field at the back. I went a little bit mad, so I basically rebuilt the road, because we're actually on the edge of the road. So I did this bit of grass as mine to make up for the fact that I stole a bit of the field, even though it let me, because it was our land up to the edge of that, but obviously it went a little bit further than our thing. And obviously I left this fantastic little sign that just shows us where we need to go to open the storage dialogue. So amazing. And that is, so I have sort of partially gone for a little bit of automatic loading, and I do love to see the bale stacks, the hay stacks as we call them in Britain, or the bale stacks. So that's where I'm going to leave it. We're in September. We've got to go, I think it's December, January for bread. January. Oh, wow. Actually, no, we didn't. Oh, of course. There's some inside. We did much better than I thought. So maybe I don't need to tweak it then. If that did 3,214, that is fairly decent for a month. Over a year, it may well just about get rid of all of our oats. So I think that's what's on the land, that bit. It's almost 4 tons we've got on that thing. We've got 8 tons of sorghum, which we can stick in as well. Still got 10 tons of seed potatoes for doing potatoes if we're going to do it. We've got some of the tools. We've got the vegetable planter as well. So we shall see what we're looking at for another tractor, but we could probably manage with the 2 biggies for now. But we are looking for one. But again, we're not going to make empires this year because we started a bit late. It will be probably next year that we'll feel the real benefit of the bakery and this. So we also want to be working with that, and we definitely need to chop another field out here on the last bit of our land. So it's a fairly big field, so we'll be chopping that out, leaving probably from about there as the yeah, and all of this is all going to be farmyard, as in productions and all the rest of it. So this is going to be probably like that, and then as much as we can, bearing in mind it's a real fall away field, but it is still going to be a fairly big one, as you can see, almost as big as that. So that'll be 4 decent sized fields for the area, really, and all of them bigger than that. That's, oh, water. Oh, it's mist. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we're going to do over the winter, and we will obviously need to lime it as well. So that is where I'm going to leave it this time. No, it's not. I've got to get used to this. Apologies, yeah, because obviously what I'm going to say now is I hope you enjoy the rest of the session. Hello and welcome. Sorry, I was miles away there. I was busy. I'd forgotten I'd press record. I normally press record after I do all this little lot, so we'll let it slide this time. Yeah, started everyone's engines, as you will have seen. We've got to finish the baling off, if I remember rightly, because we've got work to do with this one where we need it. Yeah, so we've got to get this. There's a bit of a, yeah, I've got multiple issues. It's I'm not sure it's Bandicam. I've had like sound issues where something is chewing up my chewing up the sound drivers, and it's usually a poor piece of software. Yeah, as being in the industry, I know many years a gamer. Usually it can be anything, but it's usually something that's not written very well. So the only thing I've installed recently, OBS, is definitely without shadow of a doubt something that I totally trust, although it was like having issues with FS25, but that's not down to OBS, it's down to literally FS25, as I know. We do really, before we do anything though, we need to run that trailer up to the top, because at some point, I don't think it'll run out, but we do need to do it. So let's run this across. Got quite a bit of what I have. Yeah, also I have actually got an enhanced grain mill. It's not terribly enhanced because it was quite good, but I did a test on Hutan Pantai where I did a comparison between my grain mill and the windmill by the Law, which is a beast, and also the Giant's very poor little small production. So although the Law's wins, it's big, and it's, I think it's the one that I did is good enough for us, in so much as it's not as good as the Lords. It didn't, and I'm not saying it is not for 1 minute, but it's small and it's probably good enough for what we would want to do. Like you would have a home grain mill rather than a monster windmill. The Lords is a very capable windmill. It's still very reasonable. It's only 50 grand, but I just don't think we need that kind of sort of thing. Do we need to? Can't we just leave this and then let Big Blue get on with like doing some work? Really, it's we could get this doing the cultivating. Really, just leave this here, because the new workers, they don't tend to. Yeah, I'm not used courseplay. Well, you'll have seen actually, because I did try. You would have seen that as well. I did like press, but I'd not set a course going. So I thought, oh well, just crack on, just let the worker crack on straight away. So let's set Big Blue on cultivating, and we could set actually, yeah, both tractors, one with the 4 meter and one with the bigger, I can't remember the manufacturer, not somebody I would associate. It was, it's the maker of the 6 meter Cedar in FS25, 22 even. It is. No, we need a bit of fuel as we're passing. It seems a bit of a sensible thing to actually top up. I don't know where the top up one is. Okay, that's interesting. Is it? Is it that one there? It is. Okay, there you go. So what is that then? What is that? I have no idea. Wow, got a big tank in this. Actually, that doesn't surprise me. also need a bit of repair. Being as we're so close to the garage, I think it's probably not a bad idea to get this repaired whilst it doesn't cost us an arm and a leg. Although it's probably still going to cost us, oh my life, over £1,000. Gordon Bennett, he didn't even do that much work. Oh, yeah, gore. Not Fleagle. I'm trying to think of the manufacturer of this. Oh, they got a beautiful. It was the jockey. What's the name of the manufacturer? It's not. It's the Dalbo. That's right. It is still. I am right about. It's not someone I would associate. Oh, hang on. Wrong end. Wrong end. No, it isn't. It's true. I will not associate the Dalbo as like. Obviously, in FS25, it had pride of place as roller. Now it's only got some tiny little bits of equipment, and this, which does actually, this is quite nice. So we'll set this going. Again, I'm quite happy. I mean, especially for creating content. I mean, if it was not very good, the in-game work, I wouldn't be using it. But it really is good for just like setting it and forgetting it, and it's really so very easy. I can truly. Almost all of the time I am sometimes using Courseplay and sometimes using this. At the minute, obviously, Courseplay is it's a beta, yes, basically. So right, let's finish that. We're gonna have to manually unload the it's not a lot to do really. Manually unload. Was there something else we need to do? I know we've got a lot of liming to do, I think, which we could sort of set going, but we really need to grab this one into the fray as well, because this is our second biggest tractor. So I'm trying to think, with the 4 metre, it needs 150 horses. We did say that's what we was on about. Yeah, the little Massey's not really capable on this map because it's so hilly. It normally would, but also the yellow one that we've got is 150 horsepower, and it's 20 horsepower under, and then it's got to face hills as well. So although on a flat map you'd probably get away with just losing a couple of miles an hour, on something like this you're seriously going to absolutely lose some horses. Yeah, I was saying, wasn't I? I've got issues, and the multiple issues. It's hard to find out what it is. Now I suspected my new microphone because it was cutting out sound, but it's not that. I've got Bandicam going, and I've had issues. But some of it, again, sometimes a piece of software can't tell you, and it's down to the programmer to actually tell you, like, this is not working right. But what I'm saying is, it also says the same with OBS. It says just because you pick a feature and you pick an option with the recording option doesn't mean to say it'll work. It's basically saying that you need to know and check, because we're not being held responsible for you choosing dodgy settings. Now I know myself that when you're recording at 4K you should have 120,000 I can't remember what the setting is. I know what it is, but I can't remember what it's called. I've gone for, yeah, I'm going to get technical now, aren't I? Constant bit rate, and you're supposed to 120,000 of whatever you do for that. I can't remember the proper term. And basically, I got it set at 50,000, which means it will record, but it's going to miss frames because it's impossible for it to grab all of the information due to how many pixels and how much bandwidth 4K requires. All of the information you see around you is sucking into a stream that's too small, so you're going to get all sorts of manner of losses, and it could like be, it can't quite keep up with the sound, so we're losing sound usually after a few minutes. Like, it just gives up the ghost and then packs in. So I've now knocked it up to where it should be on this one, to 100, because I'm trying to, like, I like to have, Bandicam's not a bad piece of software to have in reserve. I do like my OBS. I've got that all up and running again. Again, I've tried a couple of sessions with OBS yesterday. No problems. No weird glitches with the But I just want to make sure, is Bandicam totally unfit for purpose, as in like it won't work, or is it that I set the wrong settings? That's could well be that. Well, I know I did in a way, and I've just gone on New Frontier and I've just done the session on New Frontier, and it has done exactly what you'd expect it to do if it can't keep up with the amount of data on the screen, and that's my fault. Yeah, that's definitely nothing to do with Bandicam at all. So I'm now trying this at the proper amount. The other thing is, my sound drivers were broken when I reloaded the computer, so something is tearing at the sound drivers. And again, Bandicam was recording. Now that's not my fault. So again, I'm trying to get to the bottom of like what is causing the issues that's happening on the machine. If it's Bandicam after this test, and if it keeps on ripping, it's a new release of the new version. I always find any new version basically means it's unstable. Yeah, always in the software industry, if someone releases a new bit, you're the guinea pig. It really are better to say no for a while. But because of my job, you like think, oh well, it's always good to like update you. No, it's not. It isn't. It is sort of. In another way, you're usually testing people's new software for at least 2 or 3 months. So a wise person would say, no, let someone else do the testing, because I'm definitely not going to do the testing, because it's going to have bits that aren't quite right. I'd sooner go for a stable bit of software than one that's not quite right. So no, we're all right. We do want to be setting. I'm sure we need to do liming. I'm sure we do. Didn't we do it though? Field 7. Yeah, so we really want to be grabbing the John Deere. That's right, I remember we have got rid of this is an absolute trooper. 209 tons. And it's struggling, but then it would be. And I know we've got rid of the Massey. I've just remembered, the last session at the very end, we got rid of that because, and it is true, we don't need 2 tractors on a hilly map that are low like that, and we do need the money to buy replacements. So, okay. Whereabouts are you on the field? Oh, you're not long past the. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Right, you're approaching. Oh my life, will you stop doing that? I'm clicking on the... Yeah, we come in, we are here. Yeah, let's get going. Alright, fantastic. And then we'll set it going again. And then we're going to get that one field limes. Trouble is, it's not... Yeah, it's all me. Because all of the jobs, the AI's a bit awful with liming and fertilising. They tend to overlap really badly and waste. They don't particularly care that they're wasting half of your fertiliser or your lime, or that the speed of your tractor. I mean, again, the John Deere, you've got to get the most out of it. It's a hilly map and it's 116 horsepower. It's not really built for this. I would have sold the John Deere. The Massey was the better of the two, but again, it was worth more. It was more about getting the cash back for buying a replacement. We can sort of manage with a team of 2, but not forever. It really is sort of quite. It doesn't make a team of 3. But again, I'm talking about for a hilly map. We're now down to 2 team members that are serious for the map. Right, I should say. Let's go grab the John Deere and let's go and grab the liming and that. Yeah, we will put the Rajot G play down as well. Someone's just finished. Huh? You've not finished. Don't tell me you've given up. What was I saying about reliable workers? You have not finished. There's a field of oats in front of you. Gordon Bennett. Right, okay, let's crack on. Yeah, I'm going to put Rajot G plays tarpaulins down, and I am going to use it is true. It is why I didn't do it before. It was because it was sort of a bit of I was like, yeah, but it's all a load But there's got to be a bit of compromise. There really has. You've got it's the main one, isn't it? We've got the liming and that at the other shed, and you're going to go up that massive monster hill. Yeah, I've also thought as well, because I did say it and I did mean it. The dragon is almost unless you can have the bottom on everything, it can't grab anything else. So I'm thinking I might grab a Schnufflestuck on any Let's Play where I've got the dragon to make it into a bit more useful. Oh, we don't really need that at minute. Other way. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Wheels fascia. Ah, it's all solid fertiliser. Right, okay, lime. Now we can grab the one good thing about this as well, another good thing, is that you can put a trailer. If you put the trailer hitch on the back of this, you can put a trailer on the back. The only nasty thing is the game insists on you dragging it around with you for it to actually recognise. Well, I suppose it's got to in a way. Mechanics can't do it any other way. Yeah, but it can be bad. And also, I have tried it. I did do it on FS25, but it's you've got no lime. We can have lime in this. Huh? Alexa, stop.
This is.
Hang on a minute. Have I bought the wrong front box or something silly? Because that's not right. No. That is a little bit odd. Oh, hang on a minute. Has it not completely... Oh, we've got some fertiliser in steel. I'm going to say that's a bit odd. This is getting old soon, though, this particular thing. Oh, okay, let's crack on. I think that will be the cultivator. Indeed it is. So let's get cracking. There will, of course, be... There aren't any stones, are there? No. That's a bit weird. It's a beautiful sized cultivator for its cost. I mean, cultivators are usually so expensive, and it's a shallow as well, so it is a real win-win piece of kit. Even brand new, it's a cracker. Now, please tell me... No, it's still going nicely this time. Right, so we've got that going. Are we going to trust the John Deere to do a bit of liming like on its own? It'll just... No, it'll use it. I'm going to go into a time-lapse. Yeah, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, that's pretty much us done. And I don't know if you remember, a few sessions ago we did say when we'd finished this harvest that this field was gone because we've done the one down the bottom to replace it. So it is going to, again, hopefully bring... Have we got anything leased? Is it, are we leasing this baler? I vaguely remember. Yes, I thought as much. Which means we're 10% off for bale. That's about right. Oh, should have known, shouldn't I? So that field is now gone, and we have got the ones down by the farmyard. We did say this. It will also give us a bit of cash back as well. So we'll grab. We can still grab the bales. I did. There was a time when I thought if you did that, actually your bales went poof. So sell for 49,420. Yes, fantastic. We now no longer own it. I say we've already replaced it, but I just thought it is a Vero trek. We're fairly concentrated in the area that we are at present. I quite like that. Also, I didn't do it for that, but we haven't cultivated it. I don't intend to cultivate it. Just need to cultivate the last field in a minute. I got zone markers on. No, they're there. So we're going to drop this off and return it. Beautiful thing that it is, and it is a gorgeous bit of kit. So we're going to do it properly and return it. Yes, and you can have my almost 3/4 of a bale. Oh, and I think we really ought to. Oh, we should have fixed it as well. But let's fill it up first. And let's go and see how Big Blue is doing. Ooh, is about to finish this. So I think, we'll just quickly do it. Oh, I love there's a lot of things. As much as I obviously I'm slating giants for a lot of things, and they do know better, but almost every company does what giants have done now, and it is wrong, but it's just the way that everyone is. Software testing is always done now by people in the wilds as a software industry, which means outside people in the world will test your software, and that is like a given. So there are stones on this one though. It's a bit odd. Yes, so there are an awful lot of faults with the game, but I can still see the promise, and it is playable, if disappointing. I am going to put that, it's definitely disappointing. Right, and before we crack on with this, let's just move this out of the way, because that little front loader is not gonna... Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of this front loader. I've had it on a couple of Let's Plays now, or its other version on FS25. It's very slow. It's alright if you was at a shop and you were just loading around a yard, but it's not alright if you're on a farm or you've got to go across a map or all that type of stuff. Then it really becomes a real pain at 12 miles an hour to actually charge across the map. I think it's 12. I'm sure it is. Yeah, it's 12 top. Yeah, it really is quite... oh, you do need to grab these bales off though. Or at least put them at the side so that Big Blue can crack on. We could... yeah, I'm not sure we're going to put Rajots... yeah, because obviously there's a lot of land on this that you don't actually own. I do think this is better without collisions, because the amount of times I've gone into the floor with it, and obviously the floor doesn't like you going into it with like bale spikes. It like it almost crashes the game engine. It's that bad. So let's just grab a couple at a time. You've got to be careful with this, because it doesn't always fall where you want. Let's just try. How many have we got? 2. Yeah, so another 2 and then a 1. We'll try and bash that one in front of us, like to the edge of the field, and then we'll grab those other 2. Yeah, so we'd like to finish the session. I'm really hoping that I've got no faults. Yeah, where the sound's missing like I had on before. And as I said, the only... because obviously I've not got the microphone, that I've taken that back today, because it was faulty too. It was, as I said, it's really one of those... I think... let's put Rajot's thing down, but let's grab Big Blue. because the chance of him grabbing that, going in that exact place where those bales are to begin with, is quite slight, really. I mean, it's possible, but it's a bit of a gamble we're going to take, that this can go up and down whilst we put Rajots down and like crack on. Just a little bit of straw, but you know, I think in the grand scheme of things. Right, let's grab that quickly and take. I think we're going to do it exactly what we said we would. Oh, that is, yeah. Like, you can stop because you're going to bump into the silo. Yeah, you're not going to go far. So then, yeah, the first time I've done this, and I think it was those miscues, or I did steer clear of all of those in FS22, even on Let's Plays where they'd put them in, I actually sold them. So I think actually in between these trees, but we do need to level a little. The first time in a session that you actually pull that open, it always takes an age. This window, that is, sorry, I've got to be a bit more specific so you know what I'm on about. So I'm sure it's in silos. It is. No, it's still small, really. So really, if we, let's just see how good a job it does if we, yeah, that's it. It'll tell. That's it. So it's right at the edge. It's not going to take up too much room. Sort of see what it does to the That's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. Just smooth the edges. We do need to do a bit of painting though. Looks awful when you've got those plants around, really. You can't sort of see where you're going. Now I would say, let's just switch zone. I think, yeah, switch them on for a minute. I really do hope someone makes that mod. I'd love to be. It's a very advanced thing to do. Oh, that's the wrong one. Very advanced thing to do that. I've got to be honest, that setting that allowed you to switch interactive zone markers, that key binding that you got in FS22, it was absolutely amazing. So do you go, is that in or out? I think it's out, isn't it? No, I think you just drop them on here and then it puts them in there, I think. Could be the other way around. Oh, so now oh, they appear here. That's right. So you have to drop them on the tarpaulin, which I do get there in the end. It does actually make quite a bit of sense, that really, that it's a tarpaulin and that you're putting it on the tarpaulin, and that is actually what would happen. So fantastic. Oh, brilliant. So really, all we need to do is stick a bit of a blob of paint or something. I prefer to put objects that... Oh, I'm rolling. No. Oh, wow, that is really mega bad. I think it's because you're still in it. Because it normally puts the brakes on. Yeah, I like to prefer now to put objects down, really, rather than painting for things like this, but... Let's have a look what's trees, plants, sculpting. I think it's in, yeah, it's in this. Something, we could put a light in, I suppose, but yeah, that is not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I like it. Yeah, I love these signs. And then we just switch the the zone markers off like that, and we've got a permanent reminder that it's this way. Yeah, right there. I do love that, and that is it is a beautiful bit of kit, and I mean, it's inexpensive, which always appeals to me, but I've got to be honest, I did fall in love with it in FS22, but it was only that I wasn't being stubborn. I don't like the auto load, but there's got to be a bit of compromise. And it is true, I love to see the haystacks, as we call them in Britain, but the bales, right? No, we also need to grab those two off before our luck runs out and Big Blue decides that area of the field, like where he is right now, is appealing and he's going to like... Well, I suppose he could thrash the bales around, really. He might actually do that. He may have already pushed them around a bit, but no, we're lucky. But he's going for the very bit... Oh, he's pushed... Well, no, we did that. We pushed that one, didn't we? Next row is where he's... That's where it is going to be. So he's really ripping the field up because it's a big field. That is a real good size. Is it 7 metres or something? It's a right good bit of kit. 7.5. That's true. We could sort of, yeah, because the actual black of it is still... That's it's funny, we were talking about this the other day, how sort of it's... You're almost as a white person... Oh, daren't say the word black, because it's... And it shouldn't be like that, really. It's a colour, but it's almost like that racial sort of thing. But what would I possibly mean as a racial slur by saying the colour black? We've sort of got very sensitive to like that kind of thing now. And it's gone too far the other way now. I mean, I'm the first... I've always... massive admirer of Martin Luther King. Massive admirer. I would have been one of those with the blacks. One of those whites who actually got picked on quite badly for sticking up for the blacks. When in the early days of Martin Luther King, that would have been... I would have been one of those. I've always felt strongly about any kind of racism like that. But yeah, I think now it's gone a little bit silly the other way. But there's all manner. It's not just about colour or race, really. It's very topsy-turvy. I was having a conversation with a colleague at work, and we were both saying it's really is silly the way things have gone there. Now we have got a lot more bales on those too. Let's get these in, and I'm hoping that my sound is spot on. Otherwise, I should be spending this evening doing a bit of dubbing. Which I do seriously hate doing that. Right, so I like the way that... so it really is... You've got to sort of like be in that sort of spot. Right, okay. Now then, this is... Yeah, I'm hoping the dragon, I'm going to like... We're going to get a... Because it really is a very useful... It's fairly sturdy as well. It just hasn't got anything at the back where it would be... Yeah, it basically can only do things like the Bachmann and that. So I think it can do my trailer because I altered the trailer, so it's... Yeah, it can be like all things. It's got like all of the trailer attaches on the back of my own trailer, which I haven't got on this Let's Play. Yeah, but my little 17-tonner. Well, nearly 18. Right, can you manage this? And we're going to go straight through the tarpaulin. Hopefully not... Yeah, I'm not sure. Will it let us sort of go through... This is interesting, because obviously I've never done this, being sort of quite strict with myself. Does he grab all of them, or do you have to keep a bit like doing it into a... You have to keep doing it, go forwards a bit at a time, and then it'll like... We shall see. Yeah, you do. It's exactly the same as if you're going... And they're not... Yeah, they're sort of a bit ethereal. I like it. Yeah, no, that's really cool, and I love to see the bales like that. It's quite amazing. So there we go. We put it down finally. It's very level near the road. That's what I was thinking. But I do agree with what I said about this trailer. It really is terrible in a lot of ways. Yeah, it goes down at the back. In real life, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant vehicle thing. I hate that kind of ramp because they stop you putting anything bigger on. In Farming Simulator, the dovetail of 82 Studios is like le piece de la resistance of like things. Mac Trucker also opted for this on his, and it's the one thing between the two that I would always go for the 82 Studios ones. I mean, I did go for Mac Trucker sometimes. What I mean is, it was this here that always caught me, because you can use even the flatbed trailer without ends to do anything, even to carry a massive header trailer that goes over the edge a little, and that's fantastic. So yeah, we will get the Schnuffle stuff at some point. Let's have a look at the sales and remind myself. I do remember. Are we going to ever leave this month? Let's have a look. How are we doing on that field? I would imagine that we are fairly... Ooh, about 2/3, I would say. So do we like carry on for a few minutes? There's a few bits, but we could go forwards, really. Remind me as well, we really need to be doing something with the oats, don't we, really? I would say that's probably a good idea. So with that in mind, where are we going to put our production? We said we're going to do it along here, because near the road is the most level. We do own this patch here that I keep saying we don't. Yeah, we own all of this. The bit we don't own is this bit here on the shop. That's what it sort of shows you that. So anyway, it'll tell us. It's not like we can like cheat or anything. So with this in mind, we're going to go for... I've got 2 grain mills. I don't know why I've done 2. I think one was a test, but I've still left it in. So that's the super preserved food factory. So I would say these might be different, because I know which one. Let's stick that. Oh no, we own right up to the land. Is that better like that, or do we? No, we don't want to go too close to that, because we're going to like swing into that a lot. Now then, what do we need to see? It's... we really need it that way. And as close to the road as possible. And then we need to get rid of a little bit of... Now this time we can use something like that. A bit bigger though. It's a shame to get rid of the beautiful, lovely flowers though. Ooh, gone a bit wild now. Now we need to do a bit of smoothing, softening. One of these days I'll get it right, and I'll shock you all. It's true. Oh, the amount of times. I mean, how long has FS19 been dead? Gordon Bennett. It's a throwback of FS19. It just goes to show, the more you say something, the worse it is now then. Is that the right one? That's the thing that I'm going to say. Is it the right one, or is it the other one? Has it got different? Because one of them let's have a look. I think this is the wrong one. I think I actually tweaked them a little bit more. I think this... Oh, I don't know. Maybe... It's this that I changed a little, because the rest... I've got to be honest though, I was reasonably impressed with how Giants did this. It wasn't the waste that it was used to in FS22. This is more like a better recipe, where you're not losing half of your product to produce something. Because I've got to be honest, I mean, doing vegetables, you lost 2/3 of your crop. I mean, you left 1 out of 3 was what got left. I mean, that's obviously growing, so there's something super about that. The only thing that is a bit disappointing is this is mine, because it should lose, and I thought, no, I'm not having that, because oats was the best in FS22. We're going to put oats back in the map. It's going to be where it was before, right? So and it wasn't because of this Let's Play either. It seems now a little bit that I've been caught out as if I did something for this Let's Play, but actually that's not really why I did it. Right, let's go grab that very tractor. Let's go and grab that the trailer. Yeah, I can honestly say, hand on heart, that it wasn't with this Let's Play in mind that I did that. It really was, and just for the fact that oats was the very best in FS22, and I thought it really deserves a bit of love. Why should it sort of be thrown down by rice? And but I do like, on the whole, what Giants have done with the loss in the recipes is not too terrible. Still very, very tame, but then again, when you consider what they did, the big factories are quite poor, so the little factories are going to be very poor, otherwise it makes no sense. Whereas really, neither should be terrible. So we will come and grab those bales at some point, because it's no longer our land. We will vacate, as it's not fair for the the new farmer. Let's just see if we can send this down on its own steam. I don't think the AI splines are right yet, are they? I think we've tried this before. Don't think it likes it. We'll choose the shop, because of all places on a map, usually the shop is the best. I think it just sits there, yeah. I thought so. Okay. No, I can do this off camera. Yeah, I'm going to say we really need to just... all I'm really hoping to achieve is to finish that field off. That's all I, got all of these fields, finish this field, grab the straw off of it. We've put the Rajok Jeepo that we've been mentioning for the last 2 or 3 sessions. We've done that. Just wanted to get the oats in, and I'm hoping my recording is okay. If it's not, Bandicam is unfortunately gone again. Yeah, it is. It's there was another piece of software, and it was a real braggy. That it was the best in the world, and Bandicam says the same. It is as well, but I've got to be honest, for reliability I've found OBS second to none. Whether it's free or not, it really is stability is that I go for. It's not, I paid for Bandicam, I paid for Marilis Action, I paid for another one from a small company, and none of them are as good or as reliable as OBS. So, yeah. Let's go take this. I don't. Now the storage in this is, and it is naturally very, very good. And that again is, I don't think I changed the storage at all. I think there were a couple that were 60 odd tons, and I put to 77. But apart from that, I literally have not. This has been tweaked the least of any of the small productions. I think it is this side. I'm sure it is. It is also on the very edge. I can't remember if it's the front edge or the back edge. Must be this. I think it is this side. Actually, thinking about it. Yeah, because it's just all of the factories are the same. I think like the canola one's this edge as well. He says it's going to hit the thing with its back door. Oh no, it's not as bad as it looks. Right, let's get some now. Yeah, let's grab all of that and stick it in. Yeah, let me explain. Oh, let me explain that a little better. Let me grab all of the oats and we shall stick it in. Oh, we're on the road a little. Yeah, it's a little bit on the road more than we should be. We might have to remake the road a little to compensate. It's typical of me. Typical. Oh, this still needs a bit of smoothing though. It's a bit bumpy. Right, oats. Oh, come on, where are you? Oh yeah, we have got sorghum as well, haven't we? I haven't forgotten that we have oats as well on the side of the field, but we need to either grab a fluffy mods or I have got a front loader, which that wouldn't suit our front loader could do it, load into one of these. It's not got a very high reach, but I still think it could pretty much get into this trailer. I think another round and I think the field is about done, so that's quite amazing. Now this will be interesting to see how this pulls this. Quite okay actually. I'm going to say I've got to give it its due. I think it's that was uphill as well. Quite impressive, yeah. I think it's a good session. I mean, obviously we will have done 3 of our fields. Let's just sort this mess out here with the road as well. So it is my fault. So we'll get rid of the grass in the middle. I think it's gravel. Concrete pebbles then. Yeah, if we get rid of that there, and then just do a bit more like that. And what we'll do is a little line of grass, really small, just a little scattering. Never as good as when you do it. Oh, we also need to put some grass down as well, I think. Now that's a bit more controlled, actually. That's a bit... not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. It does look a bit better than what we had done. It's a bit bumpy though. I think we need, again, that's because I put that down, we need to like unbump it. Debumpify it. So finally, after chatting about this thing for many sessions, we've finally... I do like the concrete that I put down. It's not the right one, but it's really quite nice. Should really... I'm not quite close enough, I don't think. It is ever so, such a narrow trigger. It's one of these days I'm going to remember to actually make the trigger a little bigger. I think there's only a few tons left in that. I think what we might do is stick that last bit. We do seem to have rather a lot down at the shop as well. Let's just go and see what we actually do own. I'd sort of forgotten it's that, so we've got that much down here. We've sort of treated it, yeah, the vegetable planter, beautiful windrower, oh, front loaders and big weights, and the tree planter, the monstrous, oh yeah, herbicide, the beautiful brant, and the Grimmy for making potato ridges. So that yeah. We must get this light out. It's not fair, is it? Right, let's just have a look at how Big Blue is doing, and if we need to, we'll just finish that off. I think it's on its last little bit. It is. Let's get this done. Cracking job by the team. I'm not taking all the glory. They did all the work. I'm just like finishing off as all. Do love these type. These are my favourite type of cultivator, the pendulum type. It's a beautiful 10-metre one on FS25. It was a little bit dearer. My favourite was by Blendot Kolchovnik, and the 8.5. He had a set of 3. I loved those. They were very reasonable, but also very good and shallow. And yeah, they were win-win-win in every way. But there's a beautiful 10-metre pendulum one that I did on Greenlands, and I really did fall in love with it. It's just got such a fine control, with it being weighted like this in the middle for going around corners. When you get to grips with it, it's second to none. Absolutely amazing. And this is sort of the same build, so again, another reason why I quite like it. Definitely that, because that is a win. Fantastic. So all of our fields are existing. So we've got 112,000 after putting that down. We're looking for a tractor to replace the Massey that is a bigger tractor. So we can't, yeah, there's no point in it being any less than 250 horsepower or thereabouts. I would settle for the 230 beautiful Deutz that you can get for 8 to 9,000 in the sales, as we can't afford to spend. Yeah, we've got to hope that someone in the local area is selling a reasonable tractor, but that's, you know, we're willing to take it off their hands at the right price, because yeah, but we nearly always go for second-hand equipment. It's as simple as that, which is something I did all the way through FS19 as well. I've got to be honest, unless you're a very rich farmer, I'd imagine there's an awful lot of farmers who do that exact thing. It is an expensive yeah, that's not too bad. Let's fix it as well, and not actually ignore the fact that it really is quite bumpy. So we want soften. I think that'll do. Do love the sound of the stones as you drive over them. It's a really cool And being as we are this close to this, it does seem a little bit appropriate that we actually stick this in here. We still need more sheds though. This is still not... but I suppose we've now got 2 sheds and we've got to use the other one a little bit better, really, I think. I suppose it's not a bad thing if we actually brought another shed down here and sold that one. Yeah, it's not a bad idea, that isn't, I don't think. What have I done here? Why have I done that? Oh, I think we put some there, that, yeah. So we've just got that bit to do over there. I'd like to get out of the month of July, so we're going to go through to August, and then that is where we're going to leave it. We've not got any animals to worry about at the minute, and it is going to be 9 o'clock to go through the winter. Next session, we're going to go through the winter. Now then. Oh, don't we need a bakery as well? Aren't we making bread? We've just wasted a month because we've now will have... Well, it'd be interesting to see as well, to see how much... we've already got a fantastic... Oh, my life, that again. That's 59% off. How much is ours worth? Could we do a deal? Actually, that's not a bad idea anyway. Even if we can't, we could have a look at our... Let's have a look. Elmer's is worth 14,000, but we're going to make cash off that. Yeah, I think we'll probably... The other thing to look at is it bigger? As in, sometimes you can get the next size up. No, you do get sometimes so the features, because that would be a monster. That oh my, you need 450 horsepower. We could probably get away with that one. But yeah, it's true. We can sell it though. That's what I'm thinking. We could sell pretty much all of those, every single one, and make a quick buck. So I think we're going to quickly end of the session. We're just going to quickly make a bit of cash on all of those because we can afford all of them, and we will just have a quick look to see how our what sort of oats 58. We didn't even switch it on, so we didn't do anything. Do you know? Activate. So at least it is the one good thing. It is terrible. It is. Right, the other thing is we do need to put a bakery down. This will be the first time that I've sent... Oh, is it? Did I do it on? I'm not sure whether I have used that, actually, thinking about it. Right, first thing we need to do is clear a bit of the land. I actually quite like that. We need to see where we're going. It's a shame because all those flowers are absolutely beautiful. But yeah, the one thing I do like as well, you couldn't clear that in FS22. This was the stuff that wouldn't clear unless you... The only way to get rid of it was by ploughing and then sowing. You had to actually sow for it to clear. Now this, I like this because this is the same stuff. Right, so we want productions, we want enhanced bakery better machine. The reason it's red is I was trying to see... Let me just think if that's the only one I've got. I think I did two. I'm sure I did. Nope, that's the one. I was trying to see where I could get the colour. Now you will notice the colour of that isn't red, not at all. No, we do need to come in a little. It's really like that we need it. Do we? No, we can't block that off. Let's go out a bit. Yeah, it's true. That's a bit close to the swing space. That after all that, I was forgetting this is quite a bit larger. But if we do it there, it's fairly flat. Fairly. Well, let's make sure we're not taking any of the road this time. Although we do want to be fairly close. Fantastic. And then I think, I don't know that I have actually just want to, yeah, told any of them to distribute. Yeah, I think I must have done on my first Riverbend Springs. I must have done. Where's it? Where's it? Must be on this side. Sure, it is. It's on the side where you can get into it. That's the bit where you load and unload. So really, we might need to level that a bit more. we're going to leave that flower. It's a bit nice, that is. Right, so then if we now go back to our grain mill, I will do something about that. I was just trying to see if I could see where the colours, how the colour worked. It only works on the actual picture. So on the oat flour, we want to distribute. I must have done this. I've got to have done distribute, and the bakery, I want to be making breads, and activate. Its cycles are, yeah, there's a slight bit of loss. I think it was slightly more than that, but I thought that was reasonable. So it's losing. I might not have tweaked it at all, but I think I did that. I think the cycles were 240 and I've doubled it, because it is fairly, this was one of the worst things I've seen. Although I don't know, everything's quite bad on the little one. You do about 5.5 tons a year, which I find terrible, really. I think you'd want at least a ton a year. We've got about 1.25 tons on most of my factories per month, and even that's quite pitiful, but it's sort of like not too terrible. So that is now going to go to that. We're down to 99,820. Let us go and make a little bit of cash. Okay, we seem to be swapping tractors, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's make a little bit of cash. I don't mind doing this when it lends itself to this, like when you've got 4 or 5 little things that's going to take you 2 minutes to do, that doesn't detract too much from the, because it can pay for your repair costs or little incidentals. It's never going to make you a fortune, and it doesn't matter. You make more off the bigger the item, the more you make. We can afford, I think, probably to buy it all in one go. Fantastic. And then let's get this done. Yes, so far you'd seem to make between 10 and 15%. I can't work out exactly, but you do make quite a bit of cash from doing it, so it's not a bad thing to do, really. So we've got the other Elmers, and we should make a bit of cash, but it won't be a lot, because these are only 18 odd grand. It seems to be based upon the price, not the value. So like the fact that this is, it doesn't seem to matter if it's 60% bonus or 30% bonus, you still seem to get 10 to 15%. So it's yeah, because I was a little bit excited. I thought, oh, perhaps it's like based upon the price. It is, the more you pay for something, the more profit you'll make. That is definitely true. Right, so we're going to sell that 11,634. Sell that for 20,000. Yes, it still holds true. It's still incredibly beautiful. It's such a shame, really, to actually sell this. It is also a manure spreader, but I suppose the bottom line is you can always tell if you're going to make profit, because how much we had was about 99,000. If we have got more, then this actually worked. It's a beautiful trailer. This is a push as well. I suppose the Crone is almost a shame. It is. It's a real crying shame. It is one of my favourite trailers. Oh well. Oh my life. We need to repair the Deutz. And sell that. 22. Yeah, again 2,000 odd. So we'll probably end up paying for the Deutz's repairs. Oh well, and that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. You're not going to make a fortune, but with the extortionate repair costs in FS25, the same as FS22, and there's no way at the present to deal with it. But really, it's not a bad way to earn a few quid, a few dollars, a few euros, whatever your currency is. It's true. So then we've just spent 7 or 8 grand on repairs, so we might be a little under now. No, we'll do about quick. So we paid for the repair costs on the Deutz. Is pretty much it, which is not a bad place to be, really. It's, yeah. Have we repaired this? I can't remember. No. Here's a little. It's, I suppose, it's a stark reminder, really, of the game. Just that all of that, the irony of the situation is we just sold all of those bits and bobs, and all we did was repair our tractor. It's a little sad, that, really, but yeah, it does put into perspective what I said about the unfairness of the repair costs, because I don't quite think that the profit margin on those should equate to what we just did. I haven't destroyed that hose, have I? On the oh no, I haven't. Thank goodness for that. That's quite a bit there, actually. And that is a wrap. So we have finally put both the bakery down. I don't think we're going to make much this year, no matter how good those cycles are. Do we go through and sort of test it? Be a bit of a longer session than I was wanting, but I'm really rusting to see how good this does in a full day, and we are literally just 10 minutes in, so it's going to be as close to 24 hours, well, a month. Well, I suppose the two are interchangeable. It's 24 hours in time wise, but it is a month in Farmer Simulator. Doctor Who, eat your heart out. So, oh, we're leasing something. What have I not sent back? Oh, probably to the baler. Header. Yeah. Ha. My bad, I think that's it. Yeah, we did. I was going to say I thought I'd return the baler. Let's have a look. Sales first while we're here. Yeah, we did see it. The John Deere. Right, so how did we do in our productions? We didn't do terribly well on the wind power this month, but you can't win them all. How well did we do? That bakery should now be... Oh, wow, it's done 1.2 tonnes. Bearing in mind, it's... yeah, that's not bad. It's only got 10.5 tonnes of storage, so we're going to need to pull some out. So really, the grain mill... That's that one. I don't think I've not done the cycles on the oats. Oh wow, I haven't. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, say the wheat's good and the sorghum, but the oats have really been dealt a very bad hand. It's one of the worst of the lot. And long grain rice. Yeah, I think we're going to have to tweak this because, again, 1.2 tonnes in an entire month of activity and that is really, really terrible. So it definitely needs a bit of tweaking. I shall talk to BI Industries to ask them to assist us in ramping up the quality of the equipment inside, and that is where I'm going to leave it. Yeah, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.